Welcome inside the calm before the storm tonight. I told you we we're going to have a special lady dropping by tonight, and this lady is probably one of the busiest women I've met. And I partially know the reason why she's so busy, because we're born under the same love sign, and it really is hard to kind of get a grip on life. But, you know, we've seen her for like 6 seasons now on that CBS award-winning daytime show called The Talk. She has done so many things. To go down her resume, it probably would take me 2 hours and maybe an hour, 2 hours and maybe 20 minutes. So I'm going to shorten it up. It's just a pleasure and an honor to welcome a dynamic lady and Emmy award-winning journalist and talk show host, Miss Aisha Tyler. Thank you so much for coming by tonight.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I appreciate you squeezing me into your life.
I'm thrilled to be here. I really am. Thank you.
But you're doing so much, and I just want to say congratulations for all of the major accomplishments that you have achieved. You know, to be a black woman in business and to have achieved so much over the years is truly well-deserving of many accolades. And I'm sure you have been awarded and spoken to many times, but never for me. So I just want to add to the luster of things that you have done. How is life in your busy life?
Well, about like incrementally less busy because I just a part of The Talk, and that was a big change for me, a big life change for me, to make space in my life to do other creative things. Yeah, I did get a little emotional. You know, that's my family, and they always will be, and I definitely feel that way. But you know, I mean, I think for everybody, you know, change is hard, and I think actually sometimes for adults it gets harder and harder. You know, you get in your patterns.
Why do you think so for us?
You know, I mean, I just think dynamic. Like we're animals that like, you know, stasis. We like things that are familiar. You know, that stability makes us, you know, feel normal and comfortable. And I think even when you want to make a change in your life, it can still be very painful. Even think about, I don't know, like changing a job. Even when you know the new job you want, you're excited about it, it's still hard to let those old patterns go. Or leaving a relationship, even when you know it's the right thing to do, it can be very painful. So, yeah, I think you make these decisions, and sometimes the decisions make themselves. You just realize, I can't get there from here. I've got to let go of this branch to grab that one. Yeah. But that can still be scary, you know.
But your branches have been so nicely put together, at least from our perspective. You know better than we do.
Thank you.
But when you go from one branch to another, it's a good branch to lean on. And now we're going to add film director to all of your titles that you have already.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Tell us about the new film.
I would love to. It's called Axis, AXIS. It's a dramatic thriller about a young guy who has had a lot of success in his life, and but it's very much like a be careful what you wish for kind of scenario, because he's an actor, he's got all this money and fame and everything like that, but you know, he also has very self-destructive tendencies, and I think a lot of times when you're young, you don't really always know how to manage your impulses, and he's gotten into substance abuse and really made a wreck of his relationships, his family relationships, his girlfriend, and even the people he works with, and he's trying to put his life back together. He's trying to right his wrongs. He's trying to make amends. But on this one day, which most of the movie takes place on this one day, as he's driving through Los Angeles, everything starts to unravel. It really starts to come apart, and it's really about him trying to hold his life together and trying to hold his relationships down. It's a thriller, so it's very twisty. It changes, actually, the movie as it goes along. It's darkly funny. If a movie about addiction can be funny, it has a lot of beautifully funny moments in it. And it was a real experience for me, because I've always wanted to be a director, but it's a thriller that takes place in a car that's moving in real time through LA. So it was a really interesting movie to film.
Aisha Tyler is with us tonight. We're going to come back and chop it up with her a little bit more before we let her go, because she's definitely on the move, like constantly. So while we let her answer a few more texts, we're going to go to one of your favorite songs. So give me one.
How about To Be Real?
Cheryl Lynn.
Is that Cheryl Lynn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one song that whenever it comes on, I have to sing that song. You know what I mean?
Shower singer or sing? Karaoke?
I love karaoke.
Really?
Yes. And right now, I do Bruno Mars' 24 Karat Magic.
I would love to hear her do this.
Karaoke song.
So let's hit her off with both. Let's do some Cheryl Lynn and some Bruno Mars. Aisha Tyler with us, baby, inside the calm before the storm. Welcome inside the calm before the storm. I'm Lenny Green, locking it down on this beautiful Tuesday evening with you and welcoming a dynamic lady of the business, across the board of the business. I'm just trying to figure out, with as many jobs as you're holding down right now, Miss Aisha Tyler, how do you find time for you?
Well, I mean, the short answer, honestly, Lenny, is I probably don't.
You don't.
I think that, like, people always say, how do you find balance? I'm like, well, sometimes you don't find balance. I think I like what I do, and I'm lucky to be doing it. You know, I feel very fortunate. So it's not a burden to be working as much as I am.
Right.
I mean, I think if you're in pursuit of your personal goals, it doesn't feel like work. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I can get very burnt out and overwhelmed, like any human being. You know what I mean? And I'm trying very hard, actually, to make more time in my life for myself, because I'm very poor at it.
Ooh,
I'm very bad at it, and I'm willing to admit it. I'm not perfect. I think people, oh, well, you know, I take time for me. You know, I listen to music. No, I'm just like freaked out all the time, trying to get it done.
Do we as Virgos work best under pressure?
Absolutely. I mean, I know I do. I'm happiest when I'm under pressure, and I'm at my most effective when I'm under pressure. I always say, if you give me 30 things to do, I can get them done in a day. If you give me one thing to do, I'll get it done for you by the end of the year.
That's the power of a woman, fellas. The power. I don't know if me as a man is as efficient, but I do work good under pressure.
Yeah, you just, that's when your instincts kick in. And
But it seems
Virgos,
like
you
you
know,
do it.
we're so organized.
Yeah. Well, are you?
I am compulsively organized. I was telling
Wow.
somebody the other day, this is crazy, but I was in a bathroom at a place where I did not live, and I turned the toilet roll around because it was facing the wrong way. I mean,
you got
that's
a little-
my
you got a
OCD.
little OCD.
I've got a lot of OCD.
Well,
I'm like, yeah.
Well, I'm a sloppy Virgo, so I'm
Are
totally.
you?
Oh man, I need help with organization.
Okay.
For real, it doesn't work well. Hey, look, you are in your third season of Criminal Minds, Dr.
I am, yeah.
Dr. Tyler Lewis.
Yeah.
She's with us tonight. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's her. This is Aisha Tyler's with us tonight. How has that been?
I love it. God, I love it. I could never have predicted that I would be on the show, period, let alone for 3 years, because, you know, I only went in to do 6 episodes. I was just filling in for AJ Cook while she went to have a baby.
Wow.
And it was just, it was home right from the beginning. They asked me to stay. I ended up doing 18 episodes that season, and now I'm in my 3rd season. So and I
Congratulations.
just directed my first episode of Criminal Minds. So it's been a great experience.
There's a bigger picture at the end of this road. I know there's a huge picture that I'm going to try to tap into. Aisha Tyler with us tonight. Give me another song of your favorite.
Another song. Oh, Sunshine Anderson, Heard It All Before.
What?
I love that song.
That sounds like a little relationship situation
I know,
right
everybody loves that song.
now. Come on, no, that's
Every
woman's
woman loves that song.
national
It's
anthem.
just a jam, though. It's just a great song.
No, this is my passionate part, but I'm not going to tap into your personal life. Let's go to this joint and come back and talk with Aisha Tyler in just a moment. This is it, baby. This is the calm before the storm. I'm Lenny Green. Aisha Tyler, Dr. Tara Lewis from Criminal Minds with us tonight. You are doing a lot, Miss Lady, a lot, and directing a film that is out now called Axis. Now, you know, you gave us the premise of the plot of the movie about this guy who's going through a lot. But the interesting thing about it is that it takes place in LA traffic. And LA traffic, in case you've never been there, I've only been to LA a few times, because I can't deal with the flight, because it's a long flight for me.
It's a long flight.
But it's some serious traffic.
And I think it governs everybody's life. I mean, if you live in LA, you know, a huge part of your life is navigating around traffic or trying to avoid traffic or beat traffic. Every Angelino has like their back roads they take. But it's funny because, you know, I'm saying like, okay, the movie takes place as this guy's driving from Elysian Park, which is downtown near Dodger Stadium, all the way to the beach.
Wow.
And that would take about the time that it takes to watch a film, you know, between an hour and 90 minutes. Yeah. So it was kind of this natural flow of him driving through LA.
Is it cool now, like after rush hour?
Well, you know, it's funny. The 405 is a very famous highway in LA that goes north and north-south, kind of along.
Yeah.
It follows the coastline. There is never not traffic on the 405. I mean, I don't know if it's 2 in the afternoon or 2 in the morning. There is never not
crazy.
traffic on that highway. I mean, I spent so much of my life just avoiding that specific highway. I will do anything to stay off the 405. Anything to get off the 405. But I mean, I also think that there's a part of the movie that I wanted to express to people who haven't, you know, been to LA or don't live there, that there's also something kind of magical about being in your car during rush hour, in the sense that, you know, of course you're enraged because of the traffic, but it's also for a lot of people like their last bit of quiet quiet before they walk in to whatever
other-
kind of, you know,
Sure.
scene is going on at home with family
Sure.
and kids and everything. And maybe you're listening to music, maybe you're on the phone with your loved ones, maybe you're just sitting in silence and the sun is streaming in, and there's a bit of a dreamlike quality to it. And it can be like your little bit of peace in that car. You know, for the character, he has moments of peace and he also has moments of drama, but I wanted to kind of communicate that to people.
But does Aisha Tyler have that same peace when she's moving around Los Angeles?
I try to make it for myself when I
too.
can. I do. I mean, I think if you're as busy as I am, you're always trying to find a sliver of peace. You might not get like a long period of
Right,
time, but
right.
you put on your favorite music. You know what I mean? You listen to your favorite radio station. You create that little bit of peace in the car before you have to jump into whatever you're getting into next. So I don't mind the driving. I because it's like that's my alone time.
Look, we have the Quiet Storm coming up at the top of the hour. Hopefully when you get in your car, when you leave us tonight, you'll lock into us. And maybe you'll take that with you anytime you need a little de-stress along the way.
That's a great idea.
All right?
That's
So
a great
give me one of
idea.
your favorite slow jams now.
Oh, a slow jam. Well, it was funny because this is not a slow jam, but this is the song I was going to suggest. But when I was a little girl, I grew up in a working class family. We didn't have a lot of money, and my mom used to take me to the YMCA on Friday nights for family swim, right? So you
Wow.
could drop your kids off, and you could swim for 3 hours with all the other kids. And the lifeguards always used to play the radio, and then my favorite song was "Baby, We Can Do It, Take the Time, Do It Right." I don't even know
Wow.
who that group is. Can do it, baby. That would do it tonight.
Oh, she sings too. Watch it. Telling you, there's more to the end of the rainbow.
But I don't
for
know
Aisha.
I don't know who the artist is. But when I was like 7, that was like my favorite song.
Yeah, the SOS band. That's right.
SOS band, yes, and also that was the era of the bands, right? The Daz band and the Gap band and the SOS band. That's a great
You
era
better
of
go
music.
with your band. Well, look, she got some history underneath her cap. I'm telling you. We're gonna go and we're gonna rock out with this with Aisha Tyler. Come back and wrap it up in just a moment. This is the comment for the Storm, baby. Soft and warm and comfortable and cozy. The Quiet Storm on the way, baby. So, ladies, get your candles out. And now you officially have,
I have
the
my
Quiet Storm
yes,
candle.
I have a candle.
And relax with me. But right now, we're going to just chop it up and say goodbye to Miss Aisha Tyler. But I can't begin to thank you enough for coming by tonight.
It was a
I wish you
pleasure.
continued success
Thank
in
you.
everything that you set your focus out to do. But I need to know. Were you interested initially into acting, and because you said you always wanted to direct, and who knows, you might be doing a directorial debut with Criminal Minds at some point. But did you always wanted to act to begin with?
No, when I was a little girl, I started doing like improv and sketch comedy in high school and college, but I didn't know that I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be an attorney. Actually, went to college and I got a degree in government with the intention of going to law school. And when I graduated from undergrad, I was working and I just realized it wasn't what I wanted to do, and that was when I started to do comedy and acting. But no, I mean, my parents are both artists, and you know how your parents are. They want you to have a practical job. They don't want you
something secure.
Yeah, it's something that
crazy.
you're going to be able to rely on. But I also think for anyone, no matter what field you're in, you should keep moving your goalposts. If you accomplish something, then you should be thinking about what you accomplish next. And I think, first it was comedy, and then it was acting, and then it was directing. Just always trying to be a better version of myself, trying to learn, trying to grow. So, I love like the career of somebody like Clint Eastwood, who started directing when he was in his 20s, and he still acts and he still directs. And I think Ben Affleck is doing an amazing job, navigating those two things. So, and I did just direct an episode of Criminal Minds. It's going to be airing in November. So, I just trying to always, grow and improve and learn as I go along.
Are you still always open to go back to daytime talk?
I love the talk, and that's always going to be my home. I actually already went back last week to guest host to promote the opening of my film, and it was wonderful. In the short term, it's just too hard to direct and also do a daytime show. They're just incompatible.
Sure.
It was, day in, day out for 11 months out of the year. There was just no room to, develop my directing career. But they were so supportive, and they have been so supportive since that. Who knows what can happen? And I'm lucky that that's going to be my forever home. So I'll always be able to go back and visit.
Well, I know for a short moment, your favorite moment had a reoccurring situation, and I just want to commend you again for being the only African-American person on the set of Friends. We needed that. You came to the rescue, and we loved your role.
Oh, thank you.
So I think we're going to see a lot more of you. I was hoping to see you in this film.
Oh, you can hear my voice. I'm all over the movie. Obviously, it's my baby, but you'll hear my voice is in the film, along with, if you're a Criminal Minds fan, 4 of my Criminal Minds co-stars, Kirsten Banksness,
Wow.
Padgett Brewster, Thomas Gibson, and Anna Rodriguez, all did voices in the film. Jared Ferrara from Entourage, Sam Rockwell, Paula Malcolmson from Ray Donovan. We got an incredible voice cast. So I'll be in the next one probably.
And if you don't catch her on that, you'll catch her in Archer.
Yeah.
Because her voice is all over that as
Yeah.
well. You are just phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
And a person who I just adore. So
Thank you.
continued success.
Thank you. And if you're in New York, the movie is open through the 29th here the 5th. Through the 5th here at the Landmark at 57 West.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
But it's nationally as well?
This is going to be the end of the theatrical run, and then it's going to be out on video on demand later in the
Outstanding.
year. Yeah.
Continued
Yeah.
success.
Such a
Thank you for
pleasure.
your time.
Hey, thank you so much. I
Aisha
love you.
Tyler with us.
Thank you.
Get ready for the quiet storm. Don't forget, turn it on in your car,
I
okay?
won't.